8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got pentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone, and they'll put up the stop. Top sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got him in. Complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And an alley to run. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Set, ready. Touchdown. It's a party now. It's a party now.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 15.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. I got you, son.
Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And now to the air, Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 62 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
You can't block me. You can't play.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to wind up in it, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. In a wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. On the draw, here's Bernard. And some room to work. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Dalton gives to Bernard. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing, Dalton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And Bullock will put this one through. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
The Ravens take over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 75 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS. It's free. 22. Zoom. 56.
Now it's Jackson. And that's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Andy Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey. You got tape.
Now Dalton. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of it?
And that's caught inside the 35. And now the rookie's free. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Bernard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
In order to play a really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So Dalton now. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Green. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On third down, Dalton. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Switch.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Come to Wild World.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Ross on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 81 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 22 yards there, a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Breaks through the contact. 23 yards the pickup there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 99. Check 99. He's checking.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Check.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
No. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson is going to go for a big play downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are back within a single score.
That's track. Check 50. Let's go.
And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Bernard. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A draw play, Bernard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't even know why his team showed up. Check!
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 70 yards. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go, Ravens! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down. All right, here's Dalton. And he whips that one incomplete there. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here,